Yeah.
Listen to the Arizona Wildcats podcast. I am Mike Luke, joined by the boss, Saul Bookman, coming to you live at a very special 1 o'clock time. Lots of stuff going on. Saul Bookman looking very spiffy in there. Hello, Saul.
Hello, Michael Luke.
All right. How is Saul Bookman's day gone today?
It's been busy. You know, we had a little staff meeting this morning. I just went to a little vegan restaurant for lunch. It's been an interesting day.
Feeling refreshed. All right. Do you have your list? We got a lot to get to this show. We're going to go position rankings. We're going to talk KJ Lewis, Caleb Love, and we're going to talk Saul Bookman's Phoenix Circle K ratings. Don't forget, Saul Bookman. I messaged you this morning about this. So
I got you. I'm ready.
All right. We're going to talk some Snoop as well. So that's, I think it's very, very cool as well. But let's get down. Arizona football is done with the spring, and they are coming out of this feeling very, very good about things. They basically were able to keep the big names in. Sure, you lost some players. I get all of that, but overall, I think you got to be pretty happy with this. We are going to get into some of the nitty gritty, but overall, Saul, you got to be pretty happy with how this has all worked out.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I mean, we've talked about it at length. You know how it goes. I mean, this team that could have been a D-rated team had everything fallen the wrong way. It maintains their level of being kind of a B+, A- team with the potential to get to even higher lengths or reach higher heights than they are right now. And so, I know I saw this preview or this whatever you want to call it, the prediction of 8.5 games for Arizona. Like, listen, if they win 9 games, good solid season, but I expect them to win more than that, and I expect them to compete for a Big 12 championship. And the fact that we can say that right now means that they've had a viable offseason.
Arizona has never had back-to-back top 25 seasons where they were ranked in both polls. I think people need to understand what a big momentous occasion that would be. In 94, they finished 10th, and then they finished 25th in one poll, but they did not have that. So again, that would be a big thing. So again, let's go position by position. And by the way, everybody out there, Saul, you missed it yesterday. People did not know that I know every Tupac song by heart. And yesterday they were throwing out songs left and right. And I was able to go song for song. Every single song they threw out, I knew, even the smaller ones. So everybody out there, my street cred knows no boundaries. So now let's talk the quarterback position. Now, we all know this. We all know that if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have anything. Arizona has a quarterback, Noah Fafita. I am going to give Arizona an A. I wish that you had a little bit more experience behind him, but any school that loses their quarterback, you are going to have some issues. I give Arizona an A. What say you, Saul Bookman?
I'm probably going to give him a B+, just because I do think that if Noah gets hurt or is missing some games for whatever reason, you have to be sure of what you got back there. And we haven't seen Dorman play a lot, and I know he's kind of the wild card. So we don't know. We have no idea, and hopefully we don't have to find that out. Noah by himself, obviously an A. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the country. That's undisputed. But what do you have at backup just in case? And the best programs typically have, 1 or 2 good quarterbacks on their roster. You look at teams like Oklahoma, for crying out loud. It feels like they always have 2 or 3 good quarterbacks on the roster. And then Alabama's, the crazy thing about Alabama is every time they bring in somebody off the bench, they seem like they're not going to be a good fit, and then they end up like being in the running for the Heisman, which is the craziest thing ever. So you're hoping that Arizona at some point down the road can have a really substantial quarterback room. They might have one right now. We just don't know.
I will take him over. I will take Braden Dorman sight unseen over Jeff Sims, though.
Okay. I mean, listen, man, Jeff Sims, the bar's the floor, man. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. Like, I haven't seen Dorman enough to even vouch for him and say like, oh yeah, by a mile, he's better than Sims. Cause I don't know. He might go out there and throw 18 picks in a game. I don't know. I don't think he would. I think he's a legit quarterback. I think he's going to be able to hold his own when he gets the opportunity, but hopefully we won't see that this year. Maybe next year. We'll see.
Shout out to Kenny Dillingham if he's watching the show. He's liking all of my ASU tweets. Very, very good. All right, now let's get to the running back position. I give this a solid B, Saul. B, Saul. I love Speedy Luke, fam, aka obviously Quali Conley. I'm cool with, but after that, you don't have a ton. I think you wish you had a power back. Arizona desperately wants to get a power back because Fam is my size, even though he's much faster than me. We also, Quali Conley was solid at San Jose State. You got to get a big dude in there, Saul. You got to get a big get a little bit of girth, a little bit of cheese-based dishes type running back in there.
Yeah, you certainly do. Jonah Coleman was kind of that, just that bowling ball type of a player last year, and you're definitely going to miss out on that. I thought the combination of him and Michael Wiley was fantastic last year. This year, you don't quite have that yet. Right. Who knows what's out there in the transfer portal and might come through that door. But I would agree with you. You need a physical back that can get you a yard on 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1. And they don't quite have that right now. But I do like the versatility of all the players. Speedy Luke obviously being one of them in order to catch the ball out of the backfield, but also, run the ball between the tackles. So I would say I would agree with you. Probably a B- right now.
Okay, now everybody's asking about General Booty. General Booty is a quarterback out of Oklahoma. Great name. Arizona is not recruiting General Booty, so we can keep talking about it just in the theory, but no General Booty. All right, now, hey, Saul, I got a joke. Want to hear it?
Sure.
If Arizona were to recruit General Booty, would that be a booty call?
It would be a bear down booty.
Oh, that's good as well. That's very good as well. Very, very good as well. Oh, the great Erica Day. By the way, Erica killed it. Very, very impressed by Erica yesterday. We will get to the Phoenix Mercury here in a little bit. But now let's talk wide receivers. Saul, I love this wide receiver group. Even without Elijah Badger, I would love to get Elijah Badger in here. Obviously, you got T-Mac, the number one wide receiver in the whole country. I will hear nothing of it. Luther Burden, you can have second place. There's nothing wrong with being second place. But after that, I think Malachi Riley, Montana Lamonius Craig, who Bobby Wade loves. He will tell anybody off record how good Montana Lamonius Craig is. So I guess we will find out on that one. But Malachi Riley is the one that I really look to make a jump. Raymello Murphy out of the smaller Old Dominion. But Les Fafita's been vouching for him as well. I like the wide receiver unit a lot. I would like to see them get Elijah Badger. If you were able to get Elijah Badger, then I think it becomes an A+ unit, Saul Bookman.
I think it's an A- right now. I actually like Montana as well. I believe Bobby knows what he's looking for in that regard. I love, Montana last year. I thought he was really solid. Thought he could have got a few more opportunities than he did. And so I expect him to have a really good year this year. And obviously T-Mac is T-Mac. So you know what you're going to get with him. And then, 1,000,000%. I wasn't, some people were like, oh, come on, you're just being a homer. You add Elijah Badger to this wideout core, you have 2 potential first-round NFL draft picks at wide receiver. There's not a lot of other teams that have that type of ability on the outside, like Arizona would have at that point. And so that immediately takes them, to me, the best wide receiver group in the country and puts them top 5 easily. And so you got to say that that's an A+. So right now I'll say A-.
All right, now I would love to be part of the My Bad Montana Lamonius Craig. First of all, I'd have to get a smoother hashtag than that. If he becomes awesome, I will be the first one to admit that I was wrong. I'm wrong about most things, so we will find out about that one. Now, Elijah Badger, Jacob Cowing. The great Jacob Franklin came in here and said that Elijah Badger is clearly better than Jacob Cowing. 4th-round pick Jacob Cowing. What say you, boss?
I don't think it's that close. I don't think it's that easily, discernible.
I said he's better. I didn't say he's clear. I said he's better.
Wow.
I mean, based on what though?
You said he was better last week on the show.
He's a good player. I don't think he's he's marginally better. Let's just say that he's marginally better.
Okay. All right, but you can make the case. Obviously, totally different players, but Jacob Franklin laid down the gauntlet, and he said that, Jacob Franklin, we will not have any of this anymore.
I stood on my laurels, Mike. You love to embellish things. I stood on my laurels and I said Elijah Badger's better than Jacob Cowing.
I'm going to take Jacob Cowing. Now, I'm going to take Jacob Cowing. I am going to back the A on this one. It is all right. You guys are allowed to be wrong. But either way, I love the wide receiver unit. And here's the other cool thing about it. If these guys get open, Noah's going to get them the ball. That is the really good thing about it. Having a quarterback that can get you the ball. I know this sounds really, really stupid and really, really surface level. I don't care. It's really an underrated quality because a lot of people don't. All of a sudden, guys that, when JDL did some good things, obviously, but when Noah came in, all of a sudden, some other guys were starting to eat too. You can't tell me that they weren't open when JDL was in there. I'm going to say that.
I mean, did you see Elijah Badger with Jaden Rashada last year? Oof.
Hey,
it wasn't all that great.
I get it, man.
They didn't have much to throw back there at quarterback. So you definitely are increasing the value when you throw in somebody like Fafita throwing the ball to Elijah Badger, if that should come to
What is Arizona getting in Elijah Badger from your vantage point up in the state's capital? If Arizona were to get him,
I mean, he's a solid athletic receiver. I mean, like he's not, the measurables aren't going to be there in terms of he's not 6'5". He's not going to jump out of the gym, but he is as good a route runner and as strong a receiver as you're going to find in college football. Like he's solid with his hands. He can create separation. He's physical, and that's what you love. Like Elijah Badger's a very, very good wide receiver, much like a Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, I will take that. If you want to give us Brandon Ayuk 2.0, I like it. Brandon Ayuk. We will definitely take that. Let's see. Okay.
So answer the question, Mike. Brandon Ayuk or Jacob Cowing? Come on. No. If it was just compared, answer the question.
Jacob Cowing or Brandon Ayuk? Watch this. Watch me stand on integrity or stand on business, as the kids would say. And I would take Brandon Ayuk as being better. Very simple. Very simple. That was not difficult, Jacob. I almost called you Jacob Cowing. You could
Jacob is cowing behind this monitor is what he's doing right now.
He is. Jacob is cowering behind this monitor. By the way, let me ask you this, Saul. Circle K. We're going to get to the Circle K segment later on in the show, but do you want to tease anybody with what the best Circle K is in Phoenix?
In Phoenix?
Yes.
Oh, it's on the west side.
It's on the west side. All right, just leave it there. Leave it there. That is called a tease in the industry. But Saul Bookman is part of the inner circle. We have long established this. He is a smart man. He's a wise man. He's a leader of men, just like the Circle Ks are. Join the inner circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. And Illegal Pete's. Saul, I know you've been to Illegal Pete's.
A million times.
All right. Now, to give you an idea about how cool Illegal Pete's is, they take on everybody, all comers. The PHNX Coyotes crew had a get together down here at Illegal Pete's, and it was packed, and it was a very, very good time. Illegal Pete's is here to bring you a win with their legendary sound check deal. Bring in your ticket stub from any ticketed event and a draft beer or house margarita for a penny. Illegal Pete's wants to celebrate with you, whether it's a pregame or postgame party. They got you covered on all your game day needs. Must purchase an adult entree, just like Jacob Franklin, to redeem Illegal Pete's sound check deals. Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer. All right, now the offensive line. I'm a little nervous about the offensive line, Saul. First of all, we saw what happened against Oklahoma when Jordan Morgan went out. And you had Joe Borhone, who is now at San Diego State. Arizona, here's where I'm at. Arizona has two elite offensive linemen. Jonas Avenea is on first-round draft boards. Wendell Moy. Washington, keep your grimy hands off of him. He did not stay. He stayed here at Arizona. Then after that, you got Leif Magnuson, Josh Baker, two solid guys, but there's not a lot of depth there. And I worry about this because, again, you got to keep Noah upright. This team is going to go as far as Noah takes them. I need depth. You're bringing in a guy, Michael Wooten from Oregon. We'll see what happens, but I need depth there. I am not in love with the unit right now. I go C+. Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Maybe I would, because you have two solid offensive linemen. maybe I could give you a low B, but I would agree a C plus is probably where they belong. They definitely need to improve, and you're hoping between now and the season, they can work on their technique and really work on their ability to get them to the point where they can not fall off as starkly as they did a season ago when Jordan Morgan went out. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will find out. Like I said, I would love to be wrong on this. Irish Mike, by the way, I don't like your first name, Irish Mike, but we will see. I would love to be wrong on this. Tight ends, I have by the way, tight ends, I have no clue what to expect. But this staff loves the tight end position. And I am going to give this staff the benefit of the doubt. They like all these tight ends. Roberto Miranda, who did not even play last year, is going to be the starting tight end for the U of A. He is, get a load of this, Saul, Kevin Sumlin, the gift that keeps on giving. He is a Sumlin recruit, just like Jordan Morgan, just like Michael Wiley. We can thank, if this is another high round pick, we thank Kevin Sumlin. It's totally unproven, though, joking aside. None of these guys have ever caught any passes, but the staff feels pretty comfortable with them, so I will take it.
So what are you giving him?
An I. Can I give him an I? I think that's fair.
I'm going to give him one of these question mark.
Yeah, that's an I, isn't it?
An incomplete?
Yeah, give him an incomplete.
I would say it's more like a NA, not applicable.
Right. Oh, by the way, Irish Mike, I am just kidding with you. I was talking about your first name, Mike, not Irish. Everybody thinks I'm Irish. I am not Irish. I'm 100% German. People should know this just in case they were curious about this. But nobody is really curious about that. All right. But the offensive line, though, I am the offensive line, or excuse me, the tight ends, I'm going an I. Now, let's get to the defense, my friend. The defensive line. I am okay with the starting defensive line, but what people need to remember last year, what made the defensive line so good is that you had 4 or 5 dudes that were coming in as reserves. You had 8 or 9 dudes. You had Tyler Manoa. You had Jacob Kangaika, who's now up at ASU. Grrr. You also had Big Bill Norton, BBN, although BBN was more of a starter. Then you also had Deuce Davis. This team has 4 guys right now that are proven on the D-line. You need to be able to get more depth. That's what made Arizona very good last year. CO as well. Good call there, Eric Elday.
Yeah, I would agree with that. BBN's loss, I feel like, is going to be a little bit more stark than people realize. He just was able to provide a lot of depth, and that is exactly what they're missing this year. I don't know who they're going to try and find or who's going to be coming up through the ranks to try and help out in that line, but. That was one of the things about not getting run over, time and time again, was because you had a girthy defensive line last year. And that had athletic ability. Like, let's not forget Upshaw on the outside as well. Like, they did a good job this year, quite have that. So you're going to have to get a little bit more, whimsical with your schemes in order to try and open up some holes to be able to sack the quarterback or create some tackles for loss. And that just puts a lot more on the coaching staff when you don't have the meat up front that you need.
You know what always cracks me up, and U of A fans do this. Every fan base does that. I love when a player leaves and we have to pretend that he wasn't good. BBN was good, everybody. It's okay to admit that BBN was good. All of these people are like, oh, BBN, BBN was good. You saw the difference in there. It's okay to admit that somebody that moved on is good. I have no problem admitting that. Every fan base does it, though. I do not understand why fan bases do this. It's okay to admit, Saul Bookman.
Well, I mean, ASU fans are already doing that about Elijah Badger, so...
Well, we'll gladly take your leftovers there if you want to throw them this way. All right, now the linebacker. Jacob Manu is the man. Jacob Manu is an All-American type player. Very, very good. A dude who is going to probably leave here as a fan favorite, even though he very rarely talks. But that is part of the charm of him. Listen, though, tackle machine, first team all-conference last year, probably going to be in that running again. But Arizona is also very, very unproven. You got some slow twitch guys at that linebacker core. After that, this is going to be a unit that you're going to have to really kind of bulk up. I give it a B- because Jacob Manu is awesome, but everything else is totally unproven. Saul, B-.
What are we thinking about? What is Justin Flo going to do? Is he going to play, a variety of different positions? Is he going to be there at linebacker? I know he's a little smaller for linebacker, but he's also just. I mean, listen, he's like a little Tasmanian devil out there with his energy. Like, what are we expecting from him?
The problem with Justin Flo is that if you just tell him go sick the quarterback, totally in on that. By the way, all these people on here, Justin Flo would be great if this happens, but you tell him to go sick the quarterback, because if he's ever in pass coverage, he's going to get lost. If he's ever kind of in run coverage, he's going to get lost. Here's my take. And a guy off record said this as well. This is going to be the fourth coaching staff that Justin Flo's had. And the three previous staffs, whether it was Crystal Ball, whether it was Dan Lanning, or whether it was last year, obviously Johnny Nansen, couldn't really figure out a way to get him out there because of some of the liabilities. But you're right, though, Saul. He is a freak. There's nobody else that quite looks like him with his quick twitch. I like the idea of just saying, go get the quarterback. That's what I would do. I would keep it simple. Go get the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if he's able to unlock that, then I think that changes the linebacking core a significant amount. But, obviously they weren't able to unlock him last year. So that is the question mark in terms of the ability of this group to increase its value. So right now it's probably a B, maybe even a B minus, just because it's too uncertain outside of Manu what you're going to get. And they are going to need these linebackers to play at a high level. And it's okay that they're slow twitch. I'm okay with that. The reason why is because when the Big 12, ironically enough, considering they air it out a lot, when you're talking about the running games are typically a little bit slow developing. If you just look at Kansas State, Iowa State, like it's kind of the same thing. So slow twitch doesn't really factor as much. Now, if we were talking about, playing like an SEC team, then we got a little bit of a problem. But in this regard, I think they're okay.
Okay. The secondary is one of the strengths of the team. Now, again, there is one weakness there, but I love the secondary. I'm giving it an A minus. You got three safeties coming back, all of whom are very, very good. My bad, Gunnar Maldonado. Also, Dalton Johnson, obviously fantastic. Genesis Smith as well. Genesis Smith from Saul Bookman's neck of the wood, Chandler, Arizona. Plus, you get back to Cario Davis, who is a projected first-round pick. And let's not forget Millennium's finest, Traden Stukes in the slot, who Dwayne Aquina has mentioned many times he believes is as fine a nickelback defensive back as there is in the country. That's five really good players. Listen, losing Ephesians Prysock, we don't have to pretend that he sucked. He was actually good. So losing Ephesians Prysock is something the staff still has to figure out. But overall, outside of that, Saul, I love this. I love these defensive backs.
Last year, correct me if I'm wrong, but not last year, but the year before that, they only had 2 interceptions on the season.
Correct.
Or maybe 4. Two. And I asked Traden Stukes, is that going to change and how many? And he told me, yes, it's going to change. And he said he'd be disappointed if they didn't have at least 6. And they did. And they were solid all year long in that regard. If I see Traden Stukes again, I'm going to ask him. And if I don't see him again, I'm going to DM him. It's like, give me a number. I'm going to say that this safety unit and the secondary is going to have at least 8 interceptions this year. Wow. And Traden Stukes will have at least 3 of them because he is that good. And so is this secondary. I really like this secondary. I feel like they're going to hold up well against these Big 12 teams. So I would say an A.
Yeah, Gringo Billy, that was a shot at Shearer for pretending the BBN sucked. He's wrong. Although I agree with you. I'm going with an A on that one as well, Saul. I think that is an A. Now, Tacario Davis. This is something that they're working on. Tacario Davis had 9 it was either a 7 or 9. 7 or 9 dropped interceptions last year. And that's something, again, he's playing DB for a reason. I get the joke. I get all of that. But man, just get me 3 or 4 of those, Tacario. That's all I need. Led the conference in pass deflections last year. Half of those should have been interceptions. That's the next step, though. Get those and take it back to the house. Then you could maybe see him in an Arizona Cardinals uniform next year as a defensive back. I'm just throwing that out there. Boom.
Hey, Tacario can make a lot of money. Like a lot of money. If he just comes down with some of those balls, he will make a lot of money because he will be considered a first round lock at the corner position. And again, he's going to have so many more opportunities this year because there's so many teams out there that just love to throw the ball. Right. Texas Tech, West Virginia, like that's all they do sometimes. So he's going to have a lot of options, a lot of opportunities to increase his value in his stock. He's got to take advantage and he's got to catch those balls. And listen, if he makes a couple plays, this team also goes from 10 wins to 11. Like that, and that's the truth about a lot of these guys. Like they were so close last year, you just didn't realize how close they were. So Tacario can have a lot to say about that.
All right. You know what? You mentioned it earlier, the 8.5 wins, Saul Bookman. Guess where I would bet on those 8.5 wins? There's
At
only
the
one.
BetMGM Sportsbook app?
Man, it's like this guy's been doing this. It's like he knows it's that subliminal messaging going on. Now. You could sign up for BetMGM and use code bonus PHNX or use bonus code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app for at least $10. You will receive $1,500 in bonus bets if the bet loses. I am going to take Arizona with the over. I still think that I like Arizona at about 10 wins, something like that. I also am going against Colorado. I am going under the 5.5 of Colorado. I am not believing in Colorado. Now, Jacob Franklin says take the over on ASU. Jacob Franklin is wrong. We will not take the over on ASU. Now, let's hear from the great Sun Devil, Shane Diefenbach, with a disclaimer.
Bonus bets expire in 7 days. One new customer offer only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, North Carolina, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
All right, everybody's asking about Cash Peterman. He is more of a Instagram star than an actual special teams ace, although he's a very nice guy. There's nothing wrong with being an Instagram star. You know who's somebody that's not an Instagram star? This guy right here. I wish I was an Instagram star. Oh, Saul, you're an Instagram star. Come on. All right. Now let's see. Did you take Jacob Franklin? Oh, Jacob Franklin catching strays as he's in the Sun Devil or in the D-backs Discord.
There's
right
big
there.
D-backs news happening right now, guys.
Is there?
Yeah, Alec Thomas got sent back home to get reevaluated on his hamstring.
Awesome.
There's nothing that makes me happier than seeing Jacob Franklin happy. And so whenever there's good news about the D-backs, I always think about Jacob Franklin immediately. Jacob Franklin, smile for us.
Jesus.
Will you smile?
He's smiling. He's good.
Okay, good. That's all I want to hear. All right. Now we're going to get to some Arizona basketball here in a second because we do have some news. By the way, we got a backup point guard in play. I'm waiting for the go-ahead from somebody on the staff to be able to talk about this tomorrow. But yes, we do have something on that. But Saul, it is now time. Drum roll, please. You've got your Circle K power rankings for Phoenix. This is what the people want up in the Valley. Give us the best Circle Ks. Give us 3.
Okay. First of all, oh man, I lost my list. Hold up. Sorry.
It's all right.
So first, you're going to go with Val Vista and Germain. It's a brand new spot. You can't go wrong with that.
Make the case. Make the case.
It's huge. First of all, it's really big. It's like
Okay.
if you know what Buc-ee's is out in Texas, it like rivals that. That's how big it is. So it's pretty legit. It's brand new. Everything's wide. They got tremendous selection all over the place. And then number 2, because this is something that's going to affect us all. Actually, maybe not so much anymore because we don't have the Pac-12 tournament in Vegas, but I digress.
Ooh.
Pebble Creek Parkway and I-10. Okay. That's also brand new, and it's right by the 303 because that's what you take to go to Vegas. It's fantastic. It's huge. And then the final one, Arizona Avenue and Riggs, because if you're in Chandler, especially on the very, very south side, the only way to get out of, the fastest way to get out of the city is to take Riggs to I-10, and it's on your way. So you can't go wrong. Get gas there. Use your Inner Circle rewards, 25 cents off, and you go.
Oh, we got Ralph Amsden in here. Ralph Amsden, my guy. By the way, Ralph Amsden has one of the funniest tweets I have ever seen in my life, and it still comes across my feed from time to time. This is when and Ralph, tell me I don't want to make that. I don't want to get this wrong, but I believe that Ray Anderson got on Twitter to basically ignored 3 million Sun Devil fans being upset with him to like a Scotty Graham U of A running backs tweet and then got off. Ralph, that was one of the funniest tweets I've ever seen. Keep up the good work. We very much like Ralph. Good stuff, but very, very good things. All right. Now, Arizona basketball, because I'm selfish. I want stuff that is good for the U of A. KJ Lewis, Caleb Love. We're not invited to the NBA Combine. I say good. We don't need poking and prodding around with KJ Lewis. This is good. Generally, guys that aren't, these are generally considered the top 60 prospects in the country. I say this is very good, Saul. And looking forward to having them back next year. Wink, wink, wink.
It's only good if they do something with it when they come back.
True.
Okay. So the fact that they're not top 60 prospects would tell you that maybe they overachieved last year a little bit.
Yeah.
Based off of talent and what the NBA thinks of them.
Right.
So you got to come back. You got to take that to heart, and you got to improve your skill sets in your game, and you got to put in the work. And I think these two, KJ Lewis certainly, Caleb Love certainly, can come back and do that. I've said that this whole time. It's like you get evaluated, you find out where you're at, and then you come back and you work on the things that you're weak at or what you're perceived to be weak at. You increase your stock, and then you go back the right way. I was asked a question this morning on Spears and Ali. For those of you in Tucson, they asked, why
1490 94.9 channel 4 on your HD dial.
There you go. I was asked, why do teams like the players that are like 19 years old and the freshmen as opposed to the veterans that have been in? And I said, because a lot of it is superficial. They look at the measurables. They look at what they think that they can get out of an individual. It's much like dating, right? Like the first thing that we look at when we're dating is are you attracted to X person? And sometimes it takes you a little while to really get to know a person and realize that either you like them or you don't. And once you do, and you realize there's more substance to an individual, the more attractive they get and the better off in the long term you will be. But if you just go for looks all the time, you're not always going to hit a home run, and you're not always going to find the perfect match for what you're trying to get out of a relationship. Much like in basketball, it's the same way. You got to make sure that you're going after prospects that you think are going to pay off for you in the long run and give you a lot of, stabilization. And I think with Caleb Love and KJ Lewis, they proved that they can provide something there. You just need to figure out whether or not they can expand on those abilities and take you to another level, because I guarantee you, if they do, you will get a ring. See that? See how it's all together?
Oh, Saul, that was amazing. That was amazing. W analogy. Or you can just be like Mike Luke and hit the lottery, and everybody asks you how this worked out for you, and I just say I have no clue. We'll leave it at that.
Wait, are you talking about your girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, listen, man, you did hit the lottery. Good for you, man.
Very happy with myself. I deserve that. Let me ask you this, though, Saul. Let me ask you this. I believe KJ Lewis is eventually an NBA player. Is Caleb Love an NBA player? Do you see, and what is the route for Caleb Love? I keep going back to a really, really poor man's Tyrese Maxey. Like, just kind of, but I can't really think of, I don't see it, Saul. That's why I don't see it. I see KJ's upside. I don't see Caleb Love's upside as the NBA.
Caleb is going to have to reinvent himself a bit. You can't be a tweener shooting guard in the NBA and not shoot at an insanely high clip.
Yeah.
There's only been a few of those types of dudes in the NBA, a few. And I'm talking about, like, I can't even think of one right now, because Jalen Brunson is not a two guard. He's a point. And I know he scores a majority of the Knicks points, but you got to go back to like Chris Jackson, Muhammad Abdul-Rauf. Yeah. You got to go back to Dana Barros, those types of players, like guys that were shooting guards, but they were tweener shooting guards, but they could shoot at a very, very high clip. Caleb Love's percentages tell you that he's not at that level yet. And if he wants to get drafted, he's going to have to find a way. He's going to have to find a way to increase those percentages, become a lot more consistent from the outside, and really ball out, because he's not a point guard, and the handling and the facilitation is just not going to work for him at the next level. So if he improves that, he will be an NBA draft pick. But if not, then he'll find himself playing with a lucrative career, don't get me wrong, in Europe, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just do me a favor. Don't go to the damn G League. It is a lost cause. The only reason why players go to the G League is because they need a little bit of development to get to the league, or they are fooling themselves into thinking that if I continue to play in the G League, at some point I'm going to break through. And it's just this false hope. And there's a couple guys that are in the G League right now that have no business being in the G League. They can make millions overseas, but they're toiling away in the G League. Why? Because they think they're going to make it to the league, and they're just wasting away their prime years, losing a lot of money and setting themselves up for success in the future on the hope of a dream. And that's just at some point, reality's got to hit. I tore my ACL way back in the day, and I knew the dream was over. I wasn't going to be able to play in the league. I couldn't do shit. I was playing Division II basketball. It doesn't matter. Like, it's over. It's over. It's
when
over.
Were you still able, after the dream went over, were you still able to read Word Up magazine? Very, very good. Very, very funny. Hey, Dana Barros off topic. Can you go to Boston College?
Ooh,
I'm generally really good with colleges, and I'm drawing a total blank on that one.
I don't think I think Dana Barros went to a Big Ten school.
I think he went to a smaller school.
Let's find out.
Everybody else out there, we do not have access to Google, but you guys can help us. Ralph Amston, we need your help right now. Please help us. Let's see here. But I believe.
Dude, good call.
What?
Boston College.
Yeah,
nice job.
yeah. I am somewhat of a savant at times, and this is definitely one of those times. So, anyways, so that's where I'm happy with it. I will say this: all of these people, though, you got to understand that Josan Saint-On is most likely not coming here with these two, but I get it. He wants to come here. He wants to get into the NBA, wants to play a bunch. Caleb Love's coming back. If KJ Lewis is coming back, then it's going to be a little bit difficult for him. Now, we have a very special guest joining the show right now. Very, very special guest. The newest member of the PHNX family who hit the ball out of the park yesterday, literally, figuratively, everything. The great Erica L. Day. Hello, Erica L. Day.
What's up, squad? How are we today?
All right, Saul, fill us in on everything that's going on with Merc Talk. This is very cool.
No, we got Erica in the house. That's what's cool. Like, we got Erica and Steven Gardner. If you ever seen Steven and his breakdowns on YouTube and on Twitter, he does a great job breaking down the game. He's going to be doing that for the Merc, and Erica's going to be doing the same. And she's going to be the main reporter out here up in Phoenix, covering the Mercury this season. So it's going to be fun to have them in the fold. And I know Erica will be up here on Thursday doing the Merc Media Day, so that'll be fun. Like, listen, I've already gotten a lot of compliments, a lot of kudos for bringing these two on, because they've already shown in one show that they are an elite tandem to deal with. So I'm very excited to have them on board
for a first show. Seriously, solid numbers as well. I was very, very impressed, Erica. Eric, here's the thing. Erica gets nervous about this stuff, but Erica's a natural.
Yeah, we had to coach her up a little bit after the show. She was I've never seen Erica shy and like timid, and she's jumped on the show. Like, if you go back and watch, like, listen, I told this to her face to face after the show yesterday, but she literally started the show off like, "This is NPR. Welcome to Phoenix Mercury."
No, that's not what we do here.
And I was like, Erica, who the hell is this? Come on now.
Yeah. Erica, you need to be you. Erica, be the Erica that was getting into squabbles this weekend in Phoenix.
Mike, we're not supposed to talk about that on the show.
All right, but that's what we like either way. All right, we also, though, Erica also does. Sorry, Erica, my bad. Sorry about that. But
my bad, Erica.
My bad, Erica. Hashtag. But now let's talk a little bit of Arizona women's basketball, and then we'll get back to the Merc. By the way, we went from 147 to 158. Erica brings in the ratings. We very much appreciate this. But let's talk a little bit about Arizona. You texted me. We got to talk about Blakely. Moving on from the Arizona Wildcats. What does this mean for the Cats? And Saul Bookman, you hop in here as well, both of you.
Okay, I will say I was a little reactionary at first. I was a little upset. I really like Courtney Blakely. She came from Middle Tennessee. She led Middle Tennessee to, I want to say an NIT championship. I could be totally wrong, and I don't want to be wrong, but she is a very talented player. And I think the thing that I noticed the most about her, she's one of the fastest guards we've had since Ari on the team. Like, she is really, really quick, and she can get to the rim, which was something that I feel as though Arizona has struggled to do over the last few years since Ari's left the program. That being said, the more I thought about it over the weekend, the writing was on the wall. Adia did recruit numerous guards in the portal as well as in the incoming freshman class. So the more I thought about it, the more it made sense, but it is quite literally a big shame that Courtney Blakely has left the program.
How big of a loss is this then, like big picture, just, wins, losses? Is this something that U of A can rebound from in the portal? Like, what, I mean, give me a statistical expectation just for kind of the common
I think
fan.
that's the thing is she already has recovered in the portal. I think, like I said, I was a little reactionary at first because she came off the bench and she gave us some really good minutes last year. But I guess the writing was on the wall that there were guards that are going to come in and take her place, and she wasn't going to get as many minutes as she did last year. She's going to be a senior this year, and so I think she's just looking to go somewhere that she could start, and I don't think that Adia is looking to pull Jada Williams out of that starting point guard position. So I think that being said, I don't know how much it really affects our win-loss ratio in the long run. I think it, like I said, maybe affects our culture for a small amount in the first few weeks of the season, but I think as the season progresses, we're going to have people that step in and do the same exact thing that she did last year for us.
Saul, Bookman, thoughts?
I mean, the portal continues to go round and round. Like it feels like it never stops with the women's basketball team. It feels like it's just a constant carousel. So I just want it to stop. To be honest with you, I'm ready for everything to just kind of be in place and ready to move forward. But like Erica said, they've already replaced her before they had to replace her. So I don't think it's going to end up being a significant loss. But anytime a player leaves, it's always, it leaves a little bit of a bad taste in people's mouths because they feel you're the worst. So we'll see.
You know what doesn't leave a bad taste ever in anyone's mouth? Oh, geez.
Okay.
Oh, geez, my friend.
I didn't know where he was going with that.
Oh, no. I know many people were wondering the same thing. But Saul Bookman,
every time I hold my breath, I'm like, oh my gosh.
He excels at all of the reads, but this is maybe the best read that you do. The floor is yours, boss.
Mike, what is your favorite flavor in the world?
Blueberry.
Blueberry. There you go. That's nice. Well, OG's has a nice sleepy time blueberry gummy for you that you can take advantage of by going to ogsbrands.com. 21 and over to enjoy. They have the entire range of edibles and strands.
Fruits
you got your indicas, your sativas, you got your hybrids, you got your RSOs, you got your sleepy time gummies, and you even have your vegan gummies with a nice tangerine taste. Get yourself some into your system because it'll make you feel pretty damn good. And so, Mike, you can get yourself some blueberry ones so you can sleep nice and comfy tonight while you're having dreams. There you go.
21 and up, must enjoy responsibly. Saul, you forgot that part.
No, I said it in the midway through the ad. You just didn't pay attention.
Oh, that's there. The ADHD is throwing me off. I don't blame myself. I blame something else for that. Okay. Now, what do we got then coming up then? Let's get back to a little bit of Merc talk. What do we got coming up? What's in the hopper? I know what is in the hopper, as Erica Elday has told me, but for everybody else there that doesn't know, and when are the shows going to be? We need to get on there and we need to support Erica Elday with these shows. Give us everything we need to know.
Before we get to the Mercury, I do want to give Helena Puello a shout out. She is in Sun training camp right now. They had their first big round of cuts yesterday, and she made it through. They got 14 players remaining, so she's got just 2 more players to go through before she's on that final 12. So we're really, I know the Wildcat fans are really waiting to hear about Helena. But with the Mercury, Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we will be on every week. Me and Steven. This coming Thursday is the Mercury Media Day, so you guys will be getting a lot of coverage from that. And then as well, today's preseason game is unfortunately not televised, but Fridays will be. So either come up to Phoenix on Friday and watch that preseason game in person, or you will be able to see it on TV at 7 on Friday. So that's just a little bit of a rundown.
When the hell did we start doing closed circuit TV now? What is this?
Am I gonna have to listen to it on the radio? What decade is this, dude? Are you serious?
By the way, Erica, look what I have. I know you're coming to borrow these.
I am gonna come yeet those from you.
Okay. All right.
Come what now?
You're gonna come yeet them?
Yeah. What does this mean?
Exactly.
This is no.
I don't.
Erica.
No, that's not what that means. No, Erica.
Come on.
No.
It is. It
No.
is.
No.
I'm gonna yeet them from you.
No. Stop saying that phrase.
Erica knows.
That's not what that means.
Erica knows everything though about all the terms. She says "slay" on every other text message. Every other text message is "slay, slay, slay." I do not even know. I mean, I get what it means, but these are here. Hey, how about this?
Mike, I have a question for you. We talked about this in our all staff meeting today, but the second annual The second annual meat party is happening on in August. Are you coming to Saul's meat party?
I will come to Saul's meat party.
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
You have my assurances. Also,
it's all the barbecue in the world, folks. It's not what you think. There you go.
Also, the Saul meat party. I mean, that speaks for itself. Now, let's get this. Let's talk about keeping it 100, as the kids say. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this video right here. You could be part of this. You're doing all right. Check this out. Look at this. All right. All kinds of good people. They probably just left Circle K. They're energized. They are ready to get going. And I thought this was Saul Bookman right here. This is not Saul Bookman, apparently. That is Jalen Conyer.
You thought you were a D1 tight end.
Saul, that's a compliment.
Yeah. Not with that gut.
All right. Now, make the case, Saul Bookman. Everybody, look at Sean. Look at Sean looking slick in that picture. And Totri there. Possibly is the fat head still in play or no?
Not this year. We got rid of the fat heads this year. But listen, it's a great time. We're going to feed you before and after the round. State 48's handing out some shirts. You have an opportunity to win a Pit Boss grill. You can win a bunch of other prizes and giveaways, and close to the pin and longest drive and all that stuff. Is still in play, but it's just going to be a really, really, really fun time. So come on out on Friday. We only have 2 foursome spots available.
Now, Jacob Franklin is playing. Jacob Franklin is participating. This is true.
He is.
Yes, I am.
Now, is Jacob Franklin good?
I can occasionally make some good shots.
How about we just ask him? The other day at the Raven, what did you shoot on the front?
The front was a 64, and the back was a 51.
And that's a total of what?
It was like 115.
Okay, so you all can make your judgments as whether or not that's good or bad.
Now, do you and Totri have the same size golf clubs?
No, they do not.
Sorry, Totri, I saw you in here. You're my man. By the way, everybody go out there and follow Totri. What time? Oh, PHNX Sun Devils is up at 2:00 now. That's the permanent slot, correct?
Yes.
Excellent work. Now, go check that out. All right. We did some really good work. The boss, Saul Bookman, will be back with us on Thursday, as will Erica L. Day as well. Erica, come on. Give yourself another shout out. What do we need to do to support Erica L. Day and the PHNX Mercury?
I expect to see you guys in the chat on Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. on the PHNX Mercury Pod. And then I also expect you guys to all be following me on Twitter at Erica Lee Day.
Erica L.E.A. Day.
And become a diehard, for crying out loud. We got a lot of cool events coming up. We got some takeovers for the Mercury this season. And so, you get yourself a little diehard subscription. Then you can save yourself 20% on tickets and food and all this other stuff that we have to offer. So come on, get a diehard subscription. Jump in the Discord. Have a good time.
No invite to Saul's meat party, though.
No invite to Saul's meat party. But you can have a good time with us every single day in the Discord, chatting it up. Erica's in there now, causing all types of havoc. It's a fun time. Come be a part of the diehard crew.
And if you join, Saul Bookman will guarantee that will watch Braveheart.
No.
By the way, they were doing the top 10 greatest movies on AMC the other night, or not AMC. What was it? I can't even remember where it was. Doesn't matter. Braveheart was number 7, Saul Bookman. You have not seen this. This is an issue.
Awesome. America's middle-aged company just said that there was the number 7 overall movie in the history of the world. That's cool.
Jacob Franklin, have you seen this movie? Vouch for me right now, please.
Sure. It's been a long time.
It was good.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, all right. On that note, see. All right, Jacob Franklin. By the way, maybe you're going to get a 6:45 a.m. text tomorrow for that smart remark.
Please don't. Tomorrow is my mental health day off, Mike.
Yeah.
Please don't text me.
Don't
you're off
me.
tomorrow? All right. Sorry.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. See, Brad Rich, the man of 2 first names. It's wild that Saul hasn't seen this movie. Come on.
Somebody tried to get me to watch it. They tagged me on Twitter, or maybe it was even in Discord, and said, "Oh no, it actually was on the Mercury stream." They said it's on AMC tonight. You should watch it. And I was like, "Nah,
not doing it."
No, man, I don't want to waste my time watching a movie that I've never really cared about. So I have zero interest. I don't even like Mel Gibson. So why do I want to watch that movie?
No, but it's about supporting William Wallace. The great
But if his options are putting
Wallace?
me on his big screen or putting Braveheart on his big screen, I'm choosing me all day long.
Same. Likewise.
Listen, I've been to Saul's house. This is a technologically very advanced place. You have 2 TVs at the same spot, Saul. You can watch Braveheart on one and the great Erica L. Day on the other side.
You can't listen to both, though, Mike, and that kind of defeats the purpose.
All right, fair enough. That's why he's the boss. All right. For the boss, Saul Bookman. For the precocious Erica L. Day, follow her on Twitter at Erica LEA Day.com. For the great Jacob Franklin behind the scene, who will not get a 6:45 a.m. text tomorrow for the show links. I am merely Mike Luke. You guys are absolutely fantastic. We appreciate all of you. We will be back tomorrow, and hopefully we can talk about that backup point guard. Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.